Hello and welcome to the second day of competition at the World Taekwondo Federation's Grand Prix of 2015, coming to you from the impressive Yesa Dogu Sports Salon here in Samsun, Turkey. My name is Mike McKenzie and I'll be taking you through the semi-finals and finals of each day's competition. The top 32 athletes of the Olympic categories are competing for the Grand Prix title and valuable qualifying points for Rio 2016. The Grand Prix Tour kicked off last month in Moscow. We're here in Turkey for this weekend's event, and then we move on to Manchester in October with the Grand Prix final held in Mexico in December. But an exciting opening day with shock, surprise and knockouts yesterday, and today we have semi-finals and finals featuring continental, world and Olympic champions. Today's matches features the female -49 category, then the males -58 and -80 kilogram divisions. So here come the champions. Our first match this afternoon is a senior female, -49 kilogram division. Svetlana Igumenova from Russia, and she'll be up against Panikat Wongpatanakit from Thailand. I'm just about to make the way from the holding area. Igumenova from Russia in blue, and Wongpatanakit in red.
Ladies and gentlemen, now coming our first semifinal. Evet, hanımlar beyler, şimdi günün ilk yarı finali geliyor.
Svetlana Igumenova has been here before in the Grand Prix semi-finals. It's a great competition day today. And then you can see some of her performances, matches. She competed against a Turkish player and then beat Chinese athlete and Taipei athlete. Probably one of her strongest performances of the Grand Prix so far, and she'll be looking to make it towards the finals. Much higher ranked Thai athlete, Wongpatanakit. Have a look at who she competes against to get here. Defeated the local champion Rukiye Yildirim from Turkey and Ayting Seng from Brazil to make it to this semi-final. So on paper, Panipak Wongpatanakit is a favourite, but we had some tremendous upsets yesterday in the first day of competition, so let's see if we see some more of that today. The referee's calling to the final, which you might not have heard that with the sound production just going down. So before they start the match, they do the system check to make sure the protective scoring system is transmitting properly. And you can see there that we're using the head guards. That all seems fine there. The referee's satisfied. Making sure they get head guards on properly, and the action is about to get underway. Igumenova fainting in there, both players coming off the lead leg as you'd expect. It will be very much a case of which one gets through first. Wongpatanakit going high. Leading into the body, then taking the shot high and hooks it back there. Good start from the Thai athlete. They went over mainly doing single techniques at this time. One pattern kick comes off the back leg. Not really intention to try and score there. Again, one panic kick comes off the back leg, feints the body, then goes high. Igwaneva covers it. Referee wants more action and activity, so gestures the athletes to fight. Igwaneva feints in with the lead hand, trying to distract her opponent. It's not working at this level. Panic kick got through the guard that time, but not strong enough to register. The points to score on the protective scoring system, there has to be the correct level of accuracy and power. And that changes by weight divisions. Obviously, this is the lightest of the Olympic weight categories. And there we see the first point for Igwanova. And a Kyongo against one Patanakit. So just a single point separating them at this stage. Both look quite composed and relaxed. So just to go through the scoring, as this is our opening match, a kick to the body is worth 1 point. A punch to the body is worth 1 point. A rotating kick, like a back kick or a spinning kick to the body, is worth 3 points. A kicking technique to the head is worth 3 points. And if there's a rotation to that or a reverse, then that's worth an additional point. So a spinning kick, reverse turning kick is worth 4 points. You may not have seen the head guards before, and that's an automatic scoring system. So the judges don't score the head shots. That's done automatically with the advancements in the protective scoring. However, if there's a kick to the face, then the referees will score that. There's 3 referees or corner judges positioned around the ring, and they score punching techniques and award the additional technical points for the back kick and for the rotating head kicks. And Patana kick coming out strong and aggressive in this second round. Igwaneva needs to watch a ring position there and just manages to stay inside of the ring. She's still there. One Patana kick trying to take her out and scores points in the process. You can see on the field of play scoreboard that she's up to 2 points there. So she's getting through the Russians' defences on that close checking kick to the body. A turning kick through, then a check. Starting the points are starting to add up now for one Patanakit. Looks for the headshot. Igwaneva's not really got much of an answer for that at this stage. Patanakit comes off the back leg and tries again, gets through. A little bit of a clash of legs there. Igwaneva goes high. Athlete just leans away from it. She tries her own high section technique. Both of them looking very fit at this stage, not too tired. It is very warm in this venue, very humid. So they do really feel it. And really need to stay hydrated in between matches. There's a point just at the end of that second round, making it 5-1 to Thailand. Igmanova took the first point, which has not been able to add to it since then. Now you can see the strong checking kick getting through. Both of those techniques scored, and a third. So nice combination there for Wonpatanakit. Igmanova definitely needs to find a way to get through that front leg, get past that front leg for the Thai athlete. Coach there you can see indicating just carry on with that technique, check it through. It's around 3 of 3, unless it goes to golden point. And Wonpatanakit comes out strong off the front leg, switching to the back leg. Igmanova got through there to the body with a turning kick, but it didn't score. She's got to be careful now because she's trying to chase for the points. She might get picked off on the way in. Wonpatanakit throws a high shot to the face, gestures to see if it scored, but it hasn't. Takes another body shot. Good tight defense there, covering well. Tries for the axe and it goes in again, through to the body. Igmanova takes one back. Wonpatanakit almost hooked back there. She seemed to be stumbling backwards, but managed to get through the Russian defences again. That's been the difference. And goes up for the headshot. It looked like, yes, it's registered a little bit slow there, but it came through. Wonpatanakit just now will hold that centre ground. She doesn't need to do too much work. Just counter as the Russian comes in. Just this last 30 seconds or so, she'll be just looking to pick off her opponent. She moves in, goes for a back kick there. Picks up a warning for evading the match. So she scored a point for the back kick, and now the referee has awarded the 2 additional kicks for the technical points. So 10 points clear now. It looks like Wonpatanakit's booked her place in the final. Still trying for the headshots. Igmanova's not been able to get through. Tries her own headshots. Desperate actions at the end. We'll get a Kyongo for falling to the floor. And that's the end of the match. The first semi-final in the minus 49 kilogram division. In the second Grand Prix here in Samsun, Turkey. And Panipak Wonpatanakit from Thailand has booked her place in that final. And she will be up against either Winju Wu of China or Yasmina Azayas of France, which will be our next match. So good result there, pretty much to form. Wonpatanakit from Thailand, looking quite happy with that, quite relaxed. Igmanova this time have to make do with the bronze medal. But still vital points towards qualification for Rio 2016. And it will move her up the rankings. So a strong performance by the Thai athlete. And she'll need that because in the final, she'll be up against either the French national champion, Yasmina Azayas, or the legend that is Jingyu Wu from China. One of the most successful Chinese athletes of all time. They're very strong. She's not participated in a few of the recent Grand Prix events. There you can see her opponents on the way through.
From China, ladies and gentlemen, with 30 kilos,
Yasmina Azers of France, ranked number 2. She's not actually won the Grand Prix as yet, so this might be the first opportunity she gets. She's got quite a formidable task facing Jingyu Wu, but she's already had 2 good results today against Brigitte Ye of Spain and the Taipei athlete. And you can see the transmitter for the PSS being put into position. It just goes into a pocket at the back of the Hogu or trunk protector. That's one of the volunteers putting it into place, making sure it's connected. Then that automatically transmits a signal. If for any reason it should stop transmitting that signal during the course of the match, then the head of court will see a signal, the scoreboard will demonstrate it as well, and the match will be suspended while it's corrected. We've not had too much of that in these championships. So Wu Jingyu of China in blue, and Yasmina Azers of France in red. We're doing the system check. Australian referee. An equal contingent of male and female referees. And all the officials for each match are not allowed to be from the same continent as the athletes. So we've got Asia and Europe represented here, so the referees will come from Pan America and Oceania. It says coming out strong attacking, checking off the front leg. Not too much activity from Jingyu Yu yet. A bit of a slower pace in our first semi-final. Trying to get the measure of each other. China parrying away with a lead hand forwards, trying to stop any checking movement coming forwards. And she takes the first point. Quite a few impacts there to the body. Could see them registering on the scoreboard on the field of play, but they weren't actually strong enough to score. So it's almost inviting the French athlete to do that checking kick forwards while she's got her hand raised forwards and trying to parry it down, showing that she's going to just block it down, almost saying, don't bother kicking it, I'm just going to push that away. Oh, goes up for a headshot. Very, very deceptive movement there. She moved in, axe kick down towards the face. It registered on the head guard. The judges didn't need to score that. Again, Jingyu Wu is getting through the defences of the French athlete. Quite a lot of impacting, but not strong enough to score. And that marks the end of the first round. And China leading by 4 points to 0. Yasmina Azers will need to change the tactics slightly, and I'm sure that's what a coach will be telling her to do for this second round. She needs to come up with some sort of answer, a bit tighter defences possibly. Stop the Chinese athlete from getting through. That was that headshot that was really, it just sneaked in there, went up. It's very, very clever, very, very fast. Ooh, very calmly taking her head guard back. She looks very relaxed, composed. bit of a clash of the legs there as they've both gone into check at the same time. It's not presented either athlete with a problem. Would just a kick to either side and one of them scores. I think it was the second one of the combination. So she's slowly picking off her French opponent. And again, goes up high. Really extending this lead through now. We could almost, it was a possibility of a 12-point gap on the cards. There's another one got through. There's a point ceiling of 12-point difference between athletes. So if you get the 12-point gap after the second round, then that will automatically be the end of the match. Red receiving a warning for holding. So they both have a kyongo now. With the kyongos, if you get 2 kyongos or warnings, your opponent is awarded a point. That's for minor infringements. If it's more serious, then you get the gamjung, effectively a point deduction or a point awarded to your opponent. That's when the referee's hand is raised straight up. We're again going high. Just not convincing attacks by the French girl. There's a big headshot. Aziz needs to do something desperately now, or this match will be coming to an end. Wu just looks really so calm and composed. Goes for the back kick. Aziz goes up for her own headshot. Doesn't get through, but Wu's countered it. That's at the end of the second round. A very, very comfortable victory for Jingyu Wu of the Chinese national team. And so she'll be into the final against Panipak Wonpanakit from Thailand. An amazing performance from Jingyu Wu. Calm, composed. Combination of strong body shots and head shots. Hardly seems to be out of breath, which is quite impressive when you consider the humidity in this venue. It is great, but obviously we're in Turkey, it's a warm country, and the athletes are really feeling it. But it's not fazed the Chinese athlete at all. So Jingyu Wu of China will be in the final of the minus 49 kilogram division against Panipak Wonpanakit. Now we move on to the male division, in the minus 58 kilogram, which is the lightest male division. And we have Xu Zhao from China against the German Levent Tunkat. Xu Zhao is one of these really tall athletes for this weight category. And have quite a reach and height advantage over Levent Tunkat. Looking very focused and composed. Great victory against Taehyun Kim earlier on. Also against Iran. So he's taken some major scalps on the way here to make it to this semi-final. So Tunkat, one of the most popular athletes on the European circuit, the world circuit, just waving some fans there. Great victory over Kebby of Belgium, shown there as the WTF athlete. I can see Conrad Jenkins, the referee, just passing the card over to Aziz Shaki, himself a world champion. Going back a few years now, don't think you mind me mentioning that. Now Germany's national team coach. So the question here, can Levent Tunkat overcome the height and range advantages that Zhao Shu has? Has he got the speed and movement to get through there? Tunkat just took a while to get his gum shield in there. I think the music again started a little bit late. You can see the height difference there. Quite incredible to be that tall at 58 kilograms. So Zhao straight away lifts the front leg. Tunkat comes in the same. Go find a way over the top. Straight away there we saw a sign of Zhao crescenting over Tunkat's front leg. Tunkat tries the double back kicks. Nice attempt. So I'm looking at the scoreboard to see if either of them had registered. Not in this case. So Tunkat's got to move forward. He's got to get him fast like he is doing inside the long legs of the Chinese opponent. Zhao just chubbing like out. The referee stopping the match and gives the warning to Tunkat. Not sure what that was for. Maybe in some holding. Strangely, it's Zhao that's cutting underneath Tunkat rather than the way around. Tunkat goes high. Nice headshot attempt. Not too far away. Just needs to be careful to avoid those leg clashes. The referee wants more action. Zhao starting to come a little bit stronger now. Takes his own headshot, well covered by Tunkat, who did get a little bit destabilised. Tunkat's really doing strong body shots, trying to get inside. Tries a back kick counter, got knocked off balance. Zhao's not really doing anything more than the front leg raises so far. Maybe holding quite a bit in reserve. So Tunkat not too far off with a headshot. Zhao tries a back kick, he was quite low. So the referee's blind side, so there's no penalty. So no points scored in the first round. Tunkat did seem to get inside, tried the headshots. Zhao seemed to quite calm, quite pleased just to come off the front leg in this first round. We'll expect him about halfway through the second round to step up his game a little bit. You can see Tunkat breathing quite heavily there. Quite the opposite case with Zhao. He's not sitting down, not breathing too heavily, just having a drink, keeping hydrated. Here's some of the action. That's the headshot attempt by Tunkat, not too far away. You can see him standing there quite a while looking at that scoreboard, even though it's in slow motion. He shouldn't really have been looking for that length of time. Now seems very calm. Referee just making sure they've got the gum shields in. Nice gesture by Tunkat. Now, Zhao been a bit more proactive in the start of this round. Went to step in there, but Tunkat closed him down. Goes to a nice spin there by Tunkat. It's the defences of the Chinese athlete, but it's a good sign of things to come. Gets the body shot in there, Tunkat, that isn't strong enough to register. Nice exchange, but still no points on the board for either athlete. So extending that long leg, front leg kick. Tunkat doubles up there, goes high. But again, well covered by Zhao. Nice spin again. Good tight defense by Zhao. The crowd appreciating the spinning techniques, the advanced movement. Goes up high. He's signaling to his coach there to make the appeal, but he hasn't done so. I think he's been a little bit optimistic, and a good judgment call by Aziz Ashaki. Tunkat settling down. He's got faster movement than his Chinese opponent. He still hasn't registered those vital points as yet. The danger for Tunkat is that as he has to get in and close that distance down, and a great spin again. He's got to make a clear contact onto the PSS, but it's not doing so as yet. Zhao's covering well. So the danger is that Tunkat moves in with those spinning kicks, gets well covered and then counted on the way out. So he needs to be very fast and have really good recovery afterwards. So a good match. Tunkat doing most of the work. Probably tried 3 or 4 spinning techniques in there. A couple of headshots as well. Not too much to say about Zhao's kicks other than that he looks very menacing off that front leg. Still looks very composed, very relaxed. Doesn't seem to be breathing too heavily at all. I think the coach will be advising him to keep on doing the same that he's doing now. Just be really cautious, keep a tight defense on the way out to stop any Chinese counter-attack. You feel that Zhao's holding a lot in and needs to really open up in this last round. A little bit of a crescent in motion now that he's doing off the front leg. He's a little bit more mobile than we've seen him start off in the first 2 rounds. Again, a nice spin by Tunkat. Did he get through? He got through it, registered, but it wasn't enough, but now he has. No? Yes. And again, referee needs to add some technical points here, I believe. Gives the warning. Is there more points there? I thought there should have been a back kick or a spinning kick that scored there. There's a point scored before, so I think Tunkat should be on 4 points, but he's settling for 3. Pressure's on Zhao now. Again, Tunkat moves in with a fast, strong punch. It's not accurate enough to score. The judges scored that. Into the body, cuts underneath. Zhao has picked a point up on the way in, so Tunkat needs to be careful. One headshot could turn this match around. Zhao for the first time moving forwards with a double combination and scoring. Actually, both kicks scored. Both kicks registered, but the second one actually scored. Goes for his own punch. Tunkat goes on the counter. Both techniques scored. Now we're seeing the points add up. Just one difference. Can Tunkat hold on to it? Zhao shoots off the back leg. "20 seconds. Nice back kick attempt, jumping back kick by Tunkat. He's spinning again. He needs to be careful not to do too much. Spins and there. Oh no! For Tunkat. That spin cost him dearly. But the second Kyongo takes it, so Tunkat's still ahead. Zhao celebrates a headshot. Okay, Zhao's playing the headshot appeal. The coach did register the appeal before, so he's appealing for a headshot. Zhao seemed pretty confident that he got that. That will change the score around. There'll be nothing anybody can do about it. Conrad Jenkins there going to the video review judge. And they'll be taking a look to see if the face kick by Xu Zhao scored. We're going to be taking a look at that in our imagery. Tunkat celebrating, trying to influence the judges. Guys, that didn't score. That's well clear. There's a big monitor that they're looking at now. We can't see it. It's rejected. Levent Tunkat goes through and deserves to. Some brilliant techniques. Spinning kicks, jumping back kicks, goes to the headshot. It was very scary, that last bit for Tunkat. But he's definitely more the proactive athlete in that first semi-final. So delight in the German camp for Levent Tunkat. And make it to the first finalist in the male minus. That's a great jumping back kick there. In the first one in the first round, and then he tried to spin. And another back kick. It's the last back kick there that scored. But great combination, brave attempts by Tunkat. So Tunkat throwing caution to the wind and trying these spinning techniques, and it paid off for him, just. So we'll be starting our second semi-final very soon. Athletes are in the call room. In blue, we've got Lucas Guzman from Argentina. And in red, Ru Bacanca from Portugal. Guzman ranked 7th in the world. Hasn't made it to this stage of the Grand Prix before, so this will be a first for him. Defeated the veteran Khalil from Australia and Chilamuto from France on the way through to this semi-final. He's up against the Portuguese Rua Bracanca. He's the highest ranked athlete in this competition, with Farzan from Iran not participating. Good results there, especially against the strong Mexican. The Filipino referee, Ricardo Santiago. You see him passing over the cards, the blue and red card to the coaches, the video replay appeal cards. Athletes are waiting there, they're just patting the legs and things. That's the other athlete, of course. From our commentary position here, I can see the field of play in front of me. So quite a good position and location to see the action. So the PSS checks. Body and head guard. No problems there. Nice salute to the opposition coaches. Great respect in Taekwondo, as in most martial art, in all martial art combat sports. So the Portuguese athlete, very much the favourite for this one. Guzman seems very casual about it right now. Not too concerned about the rankings. Berganca just edging away there, coming off the front leg on the counter. These athletes much more matched in size and height, unlike the first semi-final. And a headshot there by the Portuguese. Possibly a sign of things to come. Guzman tries to spin, but is not quite fast enough, quite some distance away. So we are going to need to see those advanced techniques for him if he's to hope to win this match. Slips over there, he'll get a Kyongo. Berganca doubles up there, does a check to stop him, then tries to turn in. And again, and scores with that one. Berganca goes high again, hooks to the body. He's going to get manages to stay in the field of play. Did he step out there? Well, whatever. He gets a Kyongo for falling over. Did well to stay in on the blue area of the octagonal ring. If both feet go out onto the red, then it's a Kyongo. If you fall over, it's a Kyongo. So that's what he did there. Did a check kick to stop his spinning opponent. Guzman did register, which would have been 3 points, but it wasn't strong enough. So a confident start by Rui Berganca of Portugal. He'll be happy with a 4-point lead at this stage. That's the headshot. Argentinian raising his hand afterward to try and show that he's covered the technique. The kick was actually scored, though it was to the face, it was actually scored by the head guard. So no chance of influencing the judges at all. He's listening very intently to his coach. Not seeming to breathe too heavily at this stage. Very fit young man. So starting the second round. Berganca just strolling out very casually. And check into the body. Front leg extending, kick forwards. Main weapon tries a back kick, almost hooking it into the body, changing the tempo. Guzman spins. And goes up for the headshot there. Berganca has moved in. Didn't score, but he's encouraging his coach to make the appeal, which he has done now. So Berganca quite confident that was a headshot. It looked like it was to me from our position. The referee making the appeal. Explaining there's a headshot. Let's see if we can see it here now. Changes stance, comes off the front leg. Definitely seemed to kick the face there. Should have got a Kyongo for being out of the contest area. Oh, definite contact in our video replay. It's accepted. You can see the gesture there, so it looks like it's scored. In fact, I do believe Luis Guzman's nose is bleeding now as a result of that. So if there's any doubt, the video replay showed it was a kick, and we've got the blood to prove it. Team medics come out to take care of him. There we go. good movement by Brakanka earlier, switching stance there in that combination movements, holding his ground and then kicking up to the head before going out of the contest area. So just watching now to see if Guzman can continue. If there's excessive bleeding, they won't continue the match. Doesn't seem to be stopping. Yep, the referee is making a declaration. Rui Braganca from Portugal is declared the winner. I think that's quite a sensible call. Nose is still bleeding, but anyway around it, I don't think Lucas Guzman could have changed the outcome of that match. Braganca barely breaking a sweat. So that promises to be an exciting contest with Tunkat in the final of the male minus 58 kilogram division.
Semifinal winners, ladies and gentlemen, from Portugal, Rui Braganca.
Very confident, very popular young man. He's walking off the field of play with the PSS system in place though, so we just need to take that sorted out. There's a cut, kicks the body into the head. There's a scoring one that finished the match. Such a vicious exchange of kicks there, but virtually every kick registered. So, Rui Braganca from Portugal. Not quite as dynamic as Tunkat was in the first semi-final, but didn't need to be. So now we're moving on to the male minus 80 kilogram division. There's been a few upsets on the way through here. All credit to Roberto Botta from Italy. Was ranked about number 20. 34 in fact, he was 20, dropped down to 34. So probably one of the lowest ranking athletes to make it to the Grand Prix semi-final. And he's up against Cheikh Salah Cisse from the Ivory Coast. Some great results there against Albert Gorn, Taya Gulech, former world champion. So really good performances today, probably the best competition, definitely the best Grand Prix that we've seen. Now Cheikh Salah Cisse from the Ivory Coast flew over from the African Championships, African Games, quite last minute, so he's competing just a few days ago and is back into action. He's ranked 16, but don't let that fool you. He won the Grand Prix last month in Moscow, defeating Aaron Cook. Defeated Aaron again today, and Great Britain Olympic bronze medalist Taylor Mohammed. So, Cisse very much the favourite for this one. The Lebanese referee, Daniel Pasigyan. We can expect plenty of action if we see what we've seen from Cisse in the qualifying matches. A very frustrating player, gets in fast, cuts underneath his opponents, throws deceptive headshots. We wondered if he might be feeling a little bit tired coming straight from the African Games, but that seems to have had no effect on him whatsoever. So this is our first semi-final in the male minus 80 kilogram division. Referee's not got the signal yet to start the match, so right, they're just doing a Right, there must be some blood on the mats, that's right. So the volunteers come and just clear some of the blood. It's the same competition area, of course, that we've just seen Brakanka and Guzman take part in, so there must have been some blood contamination on the mats that needs to be cleaned away. The volunteers in action cleaning the mats. The referee satisfied that it's okay to continue, so he's going to get this match underway with the system checks. Quite unorthodox system checks by both guys, but it works. Referee not quite happy that the head strap was fastened properly, but we're underway. Bottom moving around his opponent. Sise comes straight away off the front leg. Goes up for a body shot and a head shot. It's a body shot that scores. Botta tries the back kick counter. Sise tries his own back kick, but it's well short. Botta's going to be, looks like he's going to be moving around his opponent quite a lot, looking for openings. Sise shoots high, flicks into the body. Needs to be careful with that and gets a warning for it. Something that's been penalised quite a lot now. The rules have been revised, the interpretation of the rules have been revised to get rid of the PSS kicks, or monkey kicks, whatever you want to call them. Goes for the big punch. Yes, please, give me that point. Sise tries for a very long lunging back kick. Botta tries to go over the top of the lead leg of Sise. Well short. Tries to go in high, but leaning back a little bit too much. Sise is comfortable that none of them are anywhere near. Goes for his own headshots, not too far away. A lot of the athletes getting really strong kicking off the front leg and then extending up to a high kick. A second Kyongo will level the score. Score's actually one apiece there. We have a clash of legs, which is to be expected. No sympathy from the referee. Get on with it. Caught the body there, but it's more of a shin kick rather than with a foot, so no chance of scoring. Strong check by Sise, followed by a punch. A little bit too untidy to score. Sise's getting close. Would have tried, probably done the PSS kick, but decided against it. It would have been penalised if he had done. Both working off the front leg mainly. Sise extremely confident, just casually strolling off of the contest area. There's a kick that went to the body, and it was actually the second kick that scored. The first one flicked high, and then pulled it back to the body. And Botta's points, single point is a result of two Kyongos against Sise for falling and for holding. Botta's got to find a way to score on his Ivory Coast opponent. Starting the second round, athletes are called in. Coach using the last seconds to inspire his athlete. Sise comes out fast off the front leg. Switching the back combination, just clashing legs. Botta tries to turn him. Let's see Sise's first point of this round. So the athletes use the front leg check almost like a strong jab. Fortunately now we've seen a lot more rear leg kicking action. So yesterday we saw Anastasia Barishnikova. She was checked very, very strong to the body and then shoot a high kick, which worked really well for her. Point each for players there. So that is a strategy that we see a lot now. Rather than just holding the front leg up, the athletes are starting to bring the rear leg into play more, and are taking the front leg high, as we just saw Botta attempt then. Just a little bit more proactive, which is a good development. Now Botta tried to do a hooking kick there, which was round the back, whilst holding close, and he was penalised for holding, so they really need to be watching out for that. It was something that caused a lot of dissatisfaction at the World Championships in Chelyabinsk. Another point for Sise. Tries a punch. So a lot of people are dissatisfied. The technical committee, the WTF, were quite dissatisfied with the number of PSS points being scored in clinches and flicking up. Monkey kicks, as some people call them. So it's decided that the only way you could score those type of techniques was if you were holding, which is an infringement of the rules that gets you a kyongo. So to attempt one of those kicks now is penalised with the kyongo for holding. If he was to register and score, Botta tries a headshot there. If he was to register and score, then that points would be voided and a kyongo given. Both going for the punch at the same time. It's Bottas that scores. Sise not very happy about it. Goes for the headshot. Botta tries a second punch. So 4-3 at the end of the second round. Botta keeping himself in this game. You see the double action then come off the back leg from Sise. Botta's attempt to go for a headshot. Just caught the lower arm, or upper arm. We'll show the punching combination shortly. There we go. Both celebrated thinking they'd scored, but it was actually the Italian that got the point. So Sala Sise will be happy. He's got a slight lead. Botta will be happy that he's still very much in this match. Point each there. It takes Botta in front now. Sise brings it back. Big punch again, both celebrating, but it's the Italian that scores. He did look the stronger of the two punches there. Sise going high. He's not used to this. He's been behind. He's just behind. Sise trying the punches. Both scored there. Botta clipped him on the way in. The punch did score, although it seemed to be quite high. So just 1 point of the difference, just over a minute left. Great position for Botta to be in. Only 1 point start difference at the start of the round. Botta was behind. He got 2 points quickly. Cisse brought it back. Both scoring in that exchange. Referee just questioning there whether to see if there's a Kyongo against Cisse for holding. Now, there's a video appeal gone by the Italian coach. Can't see from this position what the actual appeal was, what the gesturing was. And so you can see that when the referee explains to his counterpart on the IVR judge. Right, there's a headshot. Apparently there's a headshot by Botta. It looked like it was covered and defended. Now the Ivory Coast coach is making a video appeal as well after seeing the video review. Well, he seemed to be looking for his card. It's rejected, so the headshot doesn't score. It looked like it was well clear to be truthful. So 7-7. No appeal actually made by the Ivory Coast coach. That's a point for Cisse. Taking the lead again, he'll be happy about that. Very awkward play when he gets into this position. Botta needs to come strong off the back leg. It's Cisse that does it and scores. Botta does get one on the exchange. The strong back leg from Cisse. And to score, strong check there. Again, the punch scored for the Italian. Keeping it just a 1 point difference. Cisse closing down, taking his play into a clinch. Checks out, strong punch again by Botta. Will that score? Yes, it does. Ties the score again. And again, strong punch. No score this time. Cisse checks and double checks. A warning against the Italian will put Cisse ahead. So 10 seconds, 1 point difference. Cisse ahead. He's closing down and clinching. He can't afford to get a Kyongo or the score will be levelled. Botta falls down now. Will he get the Kyongo for that? It looks very much like that way. So Botta goes down. It looks like there's a punch to the face. So instead of seeing an Italian footballer rolling around, we've got a Taekwondo athlete on the floor. Only a few seconds left on the board, so realistically, this is the end of the game. Cisse does reach forwards. His hands are high. I'd hardly call it a punch. I don't know if he's playing for the Kyongo, hoping to get a Kyongo against his opponent. It doesn't happen. And that's the end of the game. The closest of matches, 11-10, Cisse wins it. Botta's got some strong punches scored there. But at the end, the Grand Prix champion from Moscow books another place in another final, and this time in Samsun, Turkey. So Cisse is our first finalist in the minus 80 kilogram division. Not as decisive as what the rankings would have had us think. But nonetheless, he's through to the final. He won't be too concerned about how he got there. Great result, great performance from Botta. His first semi-final. In the Grand Prix. So, the next final, Iran versus Iran. The world number 1 and world champion in the minus 80 kilogram division, Mahdi Kodabakshi, will be in blue, and he will face Masoud Haji Zavara, the world champion in the minus 74 kilogram division. So, great credit to the strength of the Iranian national team. We have 2 world champions in this semi-final. As a result of the ranking system, the players ended on the same side of the draw. They're taking out some big names on the way in. It is probably the closest contested category. Over this man, Kodabakshi, world champion, Grand Prix champion, the most successful player, well ahead in the rankings. Obviously these players know each other so well, it'll be interesting to see if there's any sort of tactical changes or even in fact the contest at all. So there's no competition. So Mahdi Kodabakshi, the Iranians have opted to prevent any type of injury to either opponent. So Kodabakshi takes all of the qualifying points to the semi-final and goes into the final against Czech Salasise. So no contest. A tactical team decision. We've seen quite a few of those at this Grand Prix, with same nationalities being drawn against each other. So Mahdi Kodabakshi will go through to the final against Czech Salasise. Iran versus the Ivory Coast. So instead of that semi-final taking place, we're going to have the first final of the evening in the senior female minus 49 kilograms. Panipak Wongpatanakit from Thailand, and she will be facing Jingmu Yu of China. This promises to be a great final match. Wu from China in red, and Panipak Wongpatanakit from Thailand in blue. A little bit sooner than we expected, as the semi-final didn't take place in the men's minus 80s. The Iranians choosing to save energy and avoid injury for Mahdi Kodabakshi. So a tactical team decision there. And it's great to see a all-female judging team. McCurry, centre referee. So it's predominantly a European and Oceanian official contingent. In the Rio Olympic Games, the split of officials will be 50-50, male-female. And in Taekwondo, we can have female officials in male matches and vice versa. There are still many more. Head guard needs to be a little bit more securely fastened, I think. Not she spotted that as yet. Straight away into action. We saw that Wompanikat was a little bit more aggressive in her semi-final. Tries to hook up for the headshot. And takes two there, body shot and apparently two headshots. No disputing that by Wu, so obviously the two shots in there, not much impact, but they do only have to touch to score the head guard. I think it must have been two headshots and a body shot. It's opened an 8-point gap. Quite a surprise in the first round. Looks like she did it again there. What can I say? I mean, the headshots are coming fast and furious by both players. Wu's up to 11 points, Wompatikat's on 5. I think I said that the way around. If I did so, I do apologise, but there's a lot of points coming very, very fast there. Two Kyungos makes it 12-5. Olympic champion covering well there, Wu from China. Well, I wouldn't have expected to be 12-5 in this first round in the minus 49 kilogram division. It's not normally so high scoring by any stretch of the imagination. We'll try the back kick there. And Wompatikat goes high. Now we can see in the background there, one of the referees is gesturing to say, I saw a headshot. Or I believe there's a headshot. If the two colleagues agree with her, or one of them agrees with her, then Wompatikat will get another 3 points. Should be quite pleased with that at this stage because it brings the match much closer. Just with the 4 points difference. Yes, there you go, 3 points. Wu's having none of it, and the coach is making an appeal. So closing seconds of the first round. Wu leads 12 points to 8. Wompatikat thinks that she got the headshot. If it didn't touch the head, then it'll go back to 12-5. Looked like it from that video replay, but just remind you that we don't actually see the same imagery as the video review judges do, so sometimes we see it a little bit different from what they do. So just waiting for decision even. There's a large monitor on the wall to my left. On the blue side. We're looking at some different angles there. But it's accepted, they're saying it wasn't a headshot, so that score will go back to 12-5. Unfortunate for Wompatikat. Those 3 points would have been crucial to her. The margin would have only been 4 points. So an incredible exchange at the beginning. I hope we're going to see that. Looks like we are now, yeah. So Wu goes in for the headshot there, and again, so it's 2 fast headshots and a body shot. See if you see it from another angle. One. Was that the second one there and through? That was the point that they appealed at the end of the round that Wonpatinakit didn't get. So an interesting opening there. Very rarely expect to see a point margin of 12 points to 5 in this opening round. Wonpatinakit will be disappointed that headshot didn't score in the last 3 seconds to make it 12-8. Sure, she'll try it again. Wu was adamant it hadn't scored, shouting at the coach to play the card straight away, and it was successful, so she must have been right. Or definitely right in the eyes of the video review judges. The players are coming out fast and strong off the front leg. Wu moving round. Wonpatinakit driving that kick forwards. Wu getting towards the end of the ring. Is going to get a Kyongo. She's not careful. Headshot by Wonpatinakit. She might sustain. Tries her own headshot. Closes down with a punch. Not strong enough to register for the judges. Nice Wu on the offensive. Wonpatinakit checks her away. Wu goes high. Cuts to the body. Wonpatinakit comes in high. So we're seeing the front leg action, but it's evolved quite a lot over the Series of Grand Prix. A headshot there, tremendous headshot by Wu. Goes in for it again with the axe kick. So we're seeing this front leg game evolve. So there's a lot more technical application where they're jabbing it out and then hooking it in. Tries the reverse turning kick, goes up for the headshot. That gives her a 13-point advantage. This could be it. Wonpatinakit celebrates, trying to say she got the headshot and it's been given. That's crucial because the margin is at 10 points. The second Kyongo for Wu makes it 18-9 now. Crucial points there for the Thai athlete. If she hadn't have scored those, it would have been the end of the match at the end of this round. But Wu still a very strong lead. 18 points to 9. Wonpatinakit goes up for the headshot. She's confident it's scored. They've lost. Actually lost the card. No, they haven't lost the card. It was Wu that played the card successfully earlier on. So she's appealing for the headshot. Not actually for a headshot. I should be more specific that it's a face kick, as it's a face kick that's scored by the judges. Of course, a headshot is actually scored by the head guards. That was a kick that she's appealing about. Great effort by Wu for the reverse turning kick as well. So again, they're looking towards the monitors. So there's a counter off the front leg straight up to the face of Wu. Wonpatinakit is confident it went in there. She's nodding her head. Yes, yes, yes. Unfortunately, it's not her decision. She'll have to wait to see what the video review judges say. They're looking from a different angle now. Again, I remind you that they have different imagery to what we see. Change position again from view to see. So look at different images to what we're seeing, so don't go on what you're seeing Back home. It's rejected. Again, one Patanikit. Desperate for the headshot and denied it again in the second round. We're just playing this round out now. Moving around. So Jingyu Wu showing why she's been so successful. One Patanikit, a strong, very successful athlete in her own right, but she's struggling here with the deceptive speed of the Chinese athlete. A tremendous axe kick there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second day of our Samsun Grand Prix with our match. Prix Samsun Grand Prix. İkinci gündeyiz. Tomorrow will be the last day.
So, Wu there just closing, relaxing. She's one round away from being the Grand Prix champion to add to her numerous titles. 9 points difference. We can be sure that the Thai athlete, Panipak, one Patanikit, will make every effort to try and win this match. At one point she almost looked like she could go out with a 12-point difference. Wu thinking she scored a headshot there, signaled to a coach, but he's not played anything. Now we can see Wu moving around more, parrying that front leg kick with a hand, protecting the lead. Adding to it as one Patanikit comes in, she's got to come in, she's got to attack, and as she does so, Wu will counter. One Patanikit gets a Kyongo warning for falling over, makes it 11-point difference. It could go a 12-pointer at this rate. You've got to think it's going to go that way, which is shows the tremendous skill level of the Chinese athlete, because one Patanikit is such a strong, aggressive athlete for this category. One Patanikit goes high and scores it. Crucial keeper in the game there. Like we said, there's no way she's going to give in. But Wu's still moving around, trying to avoid the match. She might get a Kyongo even. Closes in close, steps in close. One Patanikit gets a Kyongo for turning the back. And that's it. 12-point gap. Who would have believed it? We know that she's probably the most successful player in this weight category ever. But Jingyu Wu absolutely dominated that final against a great athlete from Thailand, Panipak, one Patanikit. Absolutely amazing. What a world-class, what an international star by anybody's reckoning. Jingyu Wu. Very respectful, very quiet, very calm person. That's definitely some highlights from that match. And like I say, you've got the front leg game, the foot fencing that we've called it in the past, but it's evolving, it's got stronger. Rather than just being a single check, now it's a combination movement, sometimes going high, sometimes hooking to the body. We've seen the kicks with the monkey kicks, the PSS point kicks have been phased out, and the game has just got excited again. And this next match promises to add to that excitement. The minus 58 kilogram senior male division. Leven Tunkat from Germany and Rui Bacanca from Portugal. An all-European final. Tunkat did amazingly well to overcome Zhao of China, a much taller athlete. Not had that much time to recover, so you wonder if it's that will have an effect later on. Bacanca had a shorter match by the headshot that causes opponent to withdraw. Known Tunkat for many, many years. He's definitely one of the most popular athletes, at least on the European circuit. He had a camp this summertime with players from all over the world taking part. His friends, Servet Tazagul, the local hero, the Turkish Olympic, world and European champion, was there. Smee Wieging from the Netherlands, and so many other people supporting Tunkat. They give it a great experience for some young athletes. And Tunkat's now launched his own equipment brand. He's really such a monumental figure in European Taekwondo and so popular. And he deserves it. He's a great person, great personality. But it's all on now against Bracanca from Portugal. Stylish, cool, aggressive, frustrating, all of these things. Farzan being not competing here has made it possible to have an all-European final. So Farzan, the Tsunami from Iran, as he's known, is not at this Grand Prix final, which is a little bit of a surprise for us because he said that he wants to beat everybody at every possible opportunity. So the PSS checks. Working on both sides, don't really need to do that. It's fine. Match is about to get underway. Senior male, minus 58 kilogram. Portugal versus Germany. Levent Tunkat in blue. Rui Bracanca in red. Fast start. Coming off the front leg, like I said, we've seen this game develop. It's no longer just holding them in check. There you see Tunkat trying to hook to the body. So hooking around the front leg. The game's evolving now. We saw a lot of people frustrated. A bit of a clash of legs there. Referee's giving the benefit of the doubt. So lots of people saying they don't like the front leg game and it's not old school Taekwondo. Some people talk about old school Taekwondo and forgetting about the long delays and bouncing and the mistakes by judges that has been phased out by the use of PSS. The front leg game's evolved now. So we're seeing the hooks, we're seeing the twist come into it. Bracanca just scores there with a nice bichagi to the body. Tunkat replies with an axe kick, stepping axe kick. It's not quite on contact, but good signs of things to come. So Bracanca working on the counters. He's picked Tunkat as and has moved in. Tunkat needs to be a little bit cautious. He's a very aggressive style. Tries the back kick and scores. Takes it. Bracanca did get his arm in the way, but it wasn't enough to stop the kick from getting through to the body protector. So now Tunkat's in the lead. Sportingly, Bracanca acknowledged that. He covered it, he had his hand in the way, but it wasn't enough. Tunkat's kick was strong enough to get through. Bracanca then registering again in that exchange. So the end of the first round, the back kick by Tunkat puts him in the lead. Needs to be very cautious because as he's attacking Bracanca, he's picking him off on the way in. There's the exchange and the hook kick underneath by Bracanca. Really, again, perfect timing and positioning. Double check through, and there's a back kick. It catches the arm, but he knows, and it's great to see him acknowledging that. Yes, I covered it, but yes, yeah, okay, guys, it scored. I'll give you that one. So 3-2. End of the first round. Great action so far in both our finals. Second round now. Prakankar. For some reason I keep touching on his name today. I don't know why. I do apologise to any Portuguese people watching. And Tunkat from Germany. Again tries to hook himself now that Prakankar scored with. Step through back kick by Tunkat. It's a kick before that by Prakankar that scores, levelling the match at 3-3. Tunkat feinting in, then edging back. Double movement, good footwork. Keeps a good positioning. Clash of legs there again. Prakankar's looking for the counter kicks. He's looking for the Tunkat to move in because he knows whatever happens, Levent Tunkat cannot stop himself from attacking. So the Portuguese athlete is looking for the counters all the time. It's working strongly for him. The check off the front leg, twisted it round there to come inwards. Tunkat pushes high. Twisting kick by Portugal. Great effort, no points. Tunkat being a little bit more cautious now. I think everybody knows it won't last. Has calmed his game down quite a lot from what I've seen in previous performances. Quite often he's the most dynamic and exciting athlete to watch, but he gets picked off. And that's what Prakankar's trying to do now. Nice shot off the back leg by Tunkat. Didn't score, but good effort. All even Stevens at this point. Tunkat being the more aggressive. Prakankar looking to pick off his opponent on the way in. We know that he's got the fast headshot counters as well, Prakankar. That was that back kick again. You can see the mutual respect and friendship, and these athletes are, you know, really good friends. Not just these two guys, but many of the Taekwondo athletes, they show great respect for each other as they're trying to kick the living daylights out of each other, and then they're great friends afterwards. Like I said, Tunkat, a great leader of that. He's doing his bit for Taekwondo by having these camps and things. And a summer camp for new athletes. So the last round. Minus 58 kilogram division male. Levent Tunkat from Germany in blue. Rui Prakankar from Portugal in red. Bit of a risk there when the kicks are coming out at the same time, that one might go low. Definitely not a deliberate action, so unlikely to be penalised. We'll see. Nice pat on the shoulder there by the referee. Not quite sure what he's signalling there. Okay, 3-3, no foul given. Rightly so. Prakankar tries a twist kick again. Nice counter registered by Prakankar. Not strong enough, but excellent timing. Tunkat gets a warning there. Step through back kick by Tunkat. No points, but great effort. This time he gets the warning for the low kick. It's a bit unfortunate because the kicks, both athletes have the legs raised. Tunkat's looking to his coach thinking, should we appeal that? Because the 2 Kyongos means that Brakanka now takes the lead. Tunkat tries his own hook kick to the body. Brakanka tries a spin. Tunkat tries a spin. Tries a step up axe kick. Fell short. Brakanka punishes him by getting a point in there. 2-point difference now. Coming down to the last 30 seconds, so Tunkat is under pressure now. Risk with that is that Brakanka will pick him off. Goes up for the headshot. And the punch, does it score? Yes, it does. Tries to reverse, pushing through. Keeps the pressure on his opponent, goes in there for the headshot. It's 5-4 to Brakanka. He keeps working. Did it score? 6-4. We've got video review cards being placed by both players. I'm not sure what Sharky is appealing for, as is Sharky. So we've got a double appeal going through now. Brakanka's coach appealing for 4 points for a reverse kick or a spinning kick. It's quite possible in that exchange that could have happened. Right, let's have a look. Reverse kick. No. Didn't score it. Tries a back kick, moves out. Should be. He's celebrating a spinning kick there. No. There was a back kick. Now is he repealing that the rotation of that kick was a back kick, so it should have been worth 2 points, 2 extra points. So he's clearly saying Tazagul's kick didn't score. Tazagul's, beg your pardon, he's talking about that earlier on, it's Tunkat's kick. So Brakanka, I think, is appealing for 2 points for a rotating kick to the body. Now you can see on the monitor, Brakanka is very confident that it's the case. I don't think with the image that image is definitely clear enough to be for him to make a decision on that. It's rejected. And right, Tazagul's appeal is rejected. Brakanka's appeal is accepted. So, with 7 seconds left on the scoreboard, Brakanka will be awarded 2 extra points. 8-4, all to do for Levant Tunkat. Brakanka edges back. It's all over. He'll get a warning for it. Won't be too bothered about that. 8-4 to Rui Brakanka of Portugal. Great match with Levent Tunkat of Germany, who takes the silver medal. Of course, Tazagul from Turkey will be in action tomorrow in the minus 68 kilogram division. We're expecting some fireworks there. But today, in the minus 58 kilogram division, Rui Brakanka from Portugal takes the Grand Prix title. And very well deserved. Great performance by both the Portuguese and the German athlete. It's great to see them both in the final. It's great to see such high scoring matches. It's also a good indicator that the athletes know what scores, they're really, although it's fast, dynamic and explosive action, they know what they've done, they know what it's worth, and Brakanka definitely called it right each time there. So on to the male minus 80 kilogram division final. World number 1, world champion, Mada Kodabakshi against Czech Salasise, the Grand Prix champion from Moscow last month. Now Cisse will be trying to prove a point because he's not been up against Kodabakshi in the Grand Prix series. He's taken some major scalps in the last two events. And now he's going to try and add to that with a scalp of Madi Kodabakshi, the world champion, #1, and the most successful minus 80 kilogram athlete in the Grand Prix series. We've had Grand Prix in Manchester. The first one was in 2013. Then moved on to China, Kazakhstan, Mexico. This year then we went to Russia. And Samsun, Turkey here now. And then next month in October, 16th to the 18th of October, the Grand Prix will be in Manchester in Great Britain. And most of these athletes will be in action again, trying to earn vital points towards qualification for the Rio Olympic Games. Now look at those scalps that he's taken today. Moldova's Aaron Cook, Olympic bronze medalist Lutelo Mohamed. Olympic referee there, Predrag Cesovic. We're taking charge of this match, a very experienced referee. Just the right sort of person actually to officiate this match, because I do believe we will see some fireworks. Let's hope so, after the brilliant finals that we've seen earlier today. Kodabakshi, of course, will be fresher after not having to fight the semi-final. Cisse already exhausted after coming straight from the African Games. He was the last athlete to arrive here in Samsun, Turkey. Arrived just on the day of the weigh-in and is withdrawn from the competition. Right, I didn't have any notification of that at all, but Cisse is withdrawn from the competition. It's a little bit of an anticlimax, and I do apologise, I wasn't informed of that. So we're not going to see the final. We're not going to see a match in the minus 80 kilograms male category. Czech Salasise has withdrawn. I'm not sure whether it's through injury or just exhaustion from such a tight schedule of competition. Now I'll try and find out for you to see what the actual reason for that was.
Congratulations for Czech Salasise. Kendisini tebrik ediyoruz. Happy birthday to you.
Well, Madi Kodabakshi from Iran, the world champion. So Madi Kodabakshi, the world champion, with a walkover, not just in the semi-finals but the finals as well. He was the favourite to win this competition coming into it, so the form book's proven true. But it's disappointing after what we've seen in the other finals. There we can see Jingyu Wu, the double Olympic champion. The highlights from her match against Panipat Wongpatnaikit from Thailand. So just we'll have the medal presentation ceremony rather than the last match. That's a great match in the female minus 49 kilogram division. We expect it to be the lightest scoring, or slowest scoring of all the Olympic weight categories, but that was completely proven wrong today. So we're going to start the medal awarding ceremony. Shouldn't take too long, as the obviously the organisers will have been aware that that final match wasn't going to take place between Madikota Bakshi from Iran and Cheek Salah Sise. We're still watching the highlights from the female 49 kilogram division, and there were plenty of those. It is really impressive when you consider how strong Panipat Wonpatinaket has been all through the competition today. And Wu just made it look very, very average. Look at the line there on her face. These are the highlights from the male minus 58 kilogram final. Portugal, Germany. There's the first back kick that we saw score. Look at the reaction of those guys. It's great. Great to see. Great action. Probably the best that we've seen in the 58 category division for a while. Actually, all the games have evolved. We've seen the front leg game evolve, so we've seen a lot more hooks, twists, combination kicks, slips up to the head, which is rather than just the single techniques and the checking away. We've seen the PSS monkey kicks, or whatever you want to call them, phased out. Now if you try it, you'll be penalised. So proper interpretation of the rules, so it's actually scoring techniques have to be effective kicking techniques. It is disappointing that we haven't had that minus 80 kilogram final. It is normally one of the highlights of the Grand Prix series. But all credit to Cisse, who's had such an incredible timetable. Only last month we were in Moscow competing and then winning the Grand Prix. And then from that he went on to the African Games. And as I was explaining before, we expected to be a match. He's had some really tough opponents with Aaron Cook and Latelo Mohammed, two of his opponents today. So really asking a lot of him. I'm not sure if he's injured, I'm not sure if it's just fatigue, but he's opted not to contest this final match in the minus 80 kilograms. And so the world number one and the world champion, Madikota Bakshi from Iran, will be awarded the gold medal. So there's been some great action today in the Grand Prix semi-finals and finals. Tomorrow we have the female 57 kilogram division and the male minus 68. Female 57, we see Olympic champion Jade Jones from Great Britain in action. And then the highlight definitely for this Turkish home crowd will be Servet Tazagul. World champion, Olympic champion, European champion at various points. Local favourite, obviously national hero. In the hall as you walk through, there's a tremendous picture of him, a full mural with the president of Turkey, awarding it, showing his Olympic medals and various other awards. So We expect great things from him tomorrow. Jade Jones narrowly went out, lost the last Grand Prix, so she's got a point to prove here. There's some tremendous athletes, other athletes in that category as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Eva Calva Gomez from Spain, who dominated many of the Grand Prix last year, can get back into the final. So just waiting now for the awarding ceremony.
Madalya seremonimize hoş geldiniz. And now coming our first medal ceremony of the day. Arkadaşlar ilk seremonimiz bayanlar kategorisi, female kategori 49 kilogram. Third places bronze madalya sahipleri. Now coming with your big applause from France, Fransa'dan Yasmina Aziz.
Okay, the first awarding ceremony will be the minus 49 kilogram female division. Bronze medal to Aziz of France and Svetlana Igmenova from Russia. Silver medalist Panipak Wonpatanikit from Thailand. And Jingyu Wu from China takes the gold medal. The medals will be presented by Metin Sahin, President of the Turkish Federation and a WTF Council member, leading force in World Taekwondo and European Taekwondo. Metin Sahin. And it's making the awards to the bronze medalists. Jingyu Wu used to being on that pedestal, number one on the podium, and tremendous effort and very, very, very well deserved. What a star, absolute star of Taekwondo.
President of USA Taekwondo Federation, with your big applause, Bruce Harris.
And Chief Executive of the United States Taekwondo, Bruce Harris. A leading figure in Taekwondo as a referee in the past, now CEO of American Taekwondo, presenting the flowers and medals and belts, sorry. So the Grand Prix ceremony is a little bit different from the World Championships and other continental awards because there aren't the playing of the national anthems or the raising of the flags.
Ladies and gentlemen, Başkanımızı, President of the Turkish Judo Federation, Mr. Metin Şahin.
And the Grand Prix athletes awarded their prize money. The Grand Prix series is the first WTF Taekwondo event to actually award prize money to medal-winning athletes. It's a little bonus for them, however, the main thing will be the qualification points that they earn towards Rio Olympic Games. That's what it's all about for them, as well as the Grand Prix titles themselves. So confirmation, Jingyu Wu adds another gold medal to her already impressive collection.
This is the big applause, ladies and gentlemen. Female category.
Just join each other on the podium.
Büyük alkışlarınızla bayanlar kategorisi madalya kazanan sporcularımız şu anda kürsüde.
The next awarding ceremony will be the male minus 58 kilogram division.
Ladies and gentlemen, second medal ceremony of the day. Erkekler şimdi ikinci madalya seremonimize devam ediyoruz. Erkekler kategorisi 58 kilogram. Male category 4.
I think they use the same large checks for each time, so the athletes don't actually get to keep those. Might be a bit difficult taking them back in the hand luggage.
From Argentina, Lucas Guzman.
So bronze medalist Lucas Guzman from Argentina got stopped by the Portuguese athlete in the semi-final with that kick to the face.
Second place from Germany, Levent Tunçaz.
Joining the podium,
Fourth place from
Wang Zhao
Rui
from China. Tunkat takes silver,
And for the medals present, ladies
and Rui Bracanca from Portugal takes the gold medal
the World Taekwondo Federation
in the minus 58 kilogram division.
Taekwondo Federasyonu PSS Komite Başkanı büyük alkışlarınızla Chang Sing Cho.
Professor Chang Shin Cho will be making the awarding presentation of medals. The scientific expert who's been brought in to continue development of the protective scoring system for WTF Taekwondo. Leading academic in Korea. We first met in Moscow last month. I had the good fortune of spending some time with him. And very, very impressive gentleman. Very, very knowledgeable. So hoping that he can continue to develop and improve the scoring system. And there's Rui Bracanca with the gold medal.
And for the flowers present, ladies and gentlemen, Erkekler şimdi çiçek takımı için Council Member of the Turkish Taekwondo Federation, Türkiye Taekwondo Federasyonu Yönetim Kurulu üyesi büyük alkışlarınızla Hikmet Teşan.
The flowers and belts awarded by a leading figure within the Turkish Federation. So Rui Bracanca from Portugal is the gold medal. Levent Tunkat takes silver. Xu Zhao from China takes bronze, as well as Lucas Guzman from Argentina.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main category, 58 kilogram.
Confirmation there, the male minus 58 kilogram awards from the Samsun Turkey Grand Prix 2015. I hope we're going to see all of these athletes participating in Manchester next month on the 16th to the 18th of October. Manchester, the only country to have hosted Grand Prix in 2013, 2014 and now 2015, so get there if you can. After Manchester, there'll be a month's break, and the finals of the Grand Prix series, where the top 8 athletes come together, will be in Mexico, and that will be the same time as the Taekwondo World Team Championships and the annual awards gala. But Manchester's next month, October 16th to the 18th. And our final category today, the minus 80 kilograms division, world champion Madikota Bakshi. We didn't see him in action in the semi-finals and finals. We did see these guys in action. Or at least Roberto Botta from Italy, making his first appearance in the semi-finals of the Grand Prix. Let's hope we see him again. He's joined by world champion Masoud Haji Zavera from Iran, who is world champion in the lighter category at the 74s. And the incredible Cheek Salah Cisse will be taking the silver medal. The awarding ceremony is by WTF Council member Ali Sakigare, one of the great leaders in European Taekwondo, coordinator and director of this event here. A true Taekwondo fan as well. So that's the first time we've seen Roberto Botta on the podium. Cisse adds the silver to his gold that he took in Moscow. Another council member from the Turkish Federation, the host country, making the awards of the flowers and the commemorative belts. So that concludes our awarding ceremonies today. The final day of the Grand Prix here in Samsun, Turkey will be tomorrow, and we'll have the female minus 57 kilogram division and the male minus 68. So lots of exciting action promised there in the two most spectacular weight categories. Can't wait to see the support that Tazagul gets from the home crowd and see if it inspires him to match his previous performances. He has got some serious competition from Korea and quite a host of other countries. That is one of the most tightly contested divisions, the 68s, one of the hardest to predict. But today, Madikota Bakshi takes gold in the minus 80 kilogram division. Probably the simplest gold medal he's taken for a while, if ever. It won't diminish that for him though, and obviously he'll get those qualifying points. He's already well ahead on the road to qualification for Rio. He has dominated this division. He didn't participate in Moscow, so that's the match we want to see at some point. Cisse versus Bakshi. There's some other great athletes as well in that category. And again, like I said, we'll be seeing those guys hopefully in Manchester. So thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Mike McKenzie. Hope you can join me tomorrow for the final day of the World Taekwondo Grand Prix from here, Samsun in Turkey. Thank you very much.
Ahora estamos donde para la lección. Yo tengo para prestar. Tengo una oveja. ¿Querés una oveja? ¿Querés una ahora te
Excuse me.
medio Fernando.
Mañana a la mañana me van a llamar para que venga a la reunión.